My name is Christian Flores. I work with ICU Sierra Inland Congregations United for Change, which is a part of the Just San Bernardino collaborative. Part of the reason why I'm here, not just because the event's about housing or anything, but just to build more understanding around different types of issues specific to housing because it's such a broad topic. In this case, at this event, I was tabling with information more geared towards mobile home residents because they're a significant portion of the folks that I work with. Even though what I'm saying is specific to mobile homes, it's an issue that's felt even in other living situations. I'm here because I want to support the other organizations that I've worked alongside in both crafting requirements or community demands as it comes to community benefits agreements in regards to the downtown Carousel Mall redevelopment, which is just outside of my own neighborhood. And another reason I wanted to get into housing organizing was because I wanted to learn about housing, because I wanted to know how to be able to actually buy my own housing or build my own housing in a way that I could afford to keep living in the city and keep organizing tournaments and doing the stuff that I wanted to make the city better. And it's been a pretty sobering experience because it's such a complicated and difficult topic in terms of the amount of hardship that folks go through. And I think the most effective way of organizing is to really build individual folks' understanding of the rights that they have, because if they aren't even aware of them, then how can they use them to defend themselves? They're essentially defenseless. So let's look at these laws so that you know specifically which laws and sections that you're going to be using to defend yourself, and we can submit complaints to the state, which is ultimately where things go, because at the city level, it's really tough to hold folks accountable. City council has always been pretty divided, and more often than not, when it comes to issues where community members go up against developers or organized money versus community members, organized money tends to get prioritized. It also sucks because undocumented folks and families are such a significant part of our community, and they can't seek the same level of support that somebody that is a citizen or a resident can in terms of legal aid services and other things. So for me, it's really just been about still like having the perseverance to push forward, being able to lean on a lot of the other organizations, not just for their own knowledge, to build my own knowledge base, but also so that we can each tackle different angles of housing. But it's the people in the community that I interact with that reinvigorate me. I think if there's anything that I really feel needs to be said to community and really communicated is that you're not alone. You know, like we're all struggling in some way, shape, or form, and in ways that are more in common than you think. It really does take all of us coming together and doing the annoying work of building the understanding of politics and policy. Like it is really like daunting and tedious, but it's necessary, and there's ways to try and simplify it, and that's what I try and do. It's unfortunately necessary for us to be as involved in the political process as we can, because as we've seen in the past, the city has done the bare minimum. And that's why I think community organizations and groups like Just SB are really cool in that they're trying to find new ways to experiment with, to connect with community. And I think these interviews in particular are like an example of that. Being in these organizing spaces and trying to connect with people is such a challenge, but it's a really fun one at the end of the day. And I think we can do it. We just got to come together.